We've created a consent audit tool that you can use for free that checks your consent banner behavior to make sure that your consent banner is working as expected and it is not just a pop-up where users can accept and decline. So let me walk you through on the report that will be generated. And for your information, to create this report, you'll just need to add your website URL and email. And this report is generated in less than 5 minutes and it is sent to your email. Nothing else is needed. So the first tab over here, or the first page, shows you an overview on how the consent is installed on your website. So here it checks if Elevar consent is enabled, and also it detects if there is a consent banner on the website and which tool that is in use. So for example, for this website, it's Pandectes. The second page shows you a general information about consent, so you can have some sort of understanding of what's included in this report. And just for your information, this tool checks if the consent banner is configured properly or not and how it's working. You shouldn't rely on this 100%, but I've seen significant results with it. I haven't seen any errors. And if you have any question, you can just reach out to help@Elevar and we'll get back to you if you have any questions regarding the report, or if you'd like Elevar to set up your consent setup for you. The tool here shows the first consent law, which is CCPA, which is required for California users and should be opt-out consent setup. So here the tool shows us if this is configured or not, and then what is the default consent status before the user accepted or declined the consent, and what happens if we declined or rejected the consent. What are the cookies or consent categories that are granted or denied based on that. The page that is after that, it shows the South California consent law and if my website is compliant or if the consent banner is behaving correctly or not. If this has any issues, it will be visible in here. So let's check the next page for more details. So this website is for US only. It is not used in Europe or Germany. However, the consent tool auditor shows us Germany and the GDPR law, and if our consent banner is configured to support that or not. In this case, it is not configured to support that since we do not operate in, or the customer does not operate in the EU market, and it shows us why. So in simple words, this website tracks user by default, and it says that we should take the user consent first before tracking. So that's the difference between GDPR and the other consent laws. But again, I highly recommend, or we highly recommend, reaching out to your legal team for the technicalities or how the consent behavior should be or how you should be set up in consent. This is not a legal advice at all. Let's now check the page after. So we have here the London, the UK GDPR, and this is not also compliant for this website, and it is expected as it's a US-based website. And finally, we give you a summary of the report so you can get everything in one page. If you want to do the same thing or get the same report for your website, all what you need to do is just going to this page. I'll be also linking that in the description. You'll just need to add your email address and your website URL and submit. Within 5 to 2 minutes, this report will be generated and sent to your email, and that should be it. If you have any questions about consent, or if you'd like to have us in Elevar setting up your consent banner, please reach out to help@Elevar or send me a message on YouTube or LinkedIn and I'll get back to you. Also, if you want to just learn about consent, like what are consent banners, what is the difference, how to set up consent for Shopify stores or other stores, I'll link some other videos in the description where I cover all of these topics if you'd like to learn more about this. That was Ahmed, and yeah, let me know if you have any questions in the comments as well, and yeah, see you in the next video.